PlayStation 5 release trailer. Can't say I'm really excited about the console. Still don't get why you'd have a console nowadays when you can just buy a PC for the same amount of price. But I was really excited about some of the games that were announced. So let's go through some of them and have like a little discussion. The new Spider-Man is going to come out, and it was hinted at the end of the last one that you're going to play as Miles Morales. Now, the last game, when it comes to gameplay, it started off as really cool, but it got repetitive really fast. I mean, towards the end of the game, I was just getting bored doing the same combos over and over again. And I think it was... I can't say it was too long, but like it just needed something extra. It needed something more, like maybe some extra abilities that you'd unlock towards the middle of the game or something like that, because yeah, it just got really boring really fast. But story-wise, I never resonated with Spider-Man, to be honest, and I don't think this game made a good, likable character. The Batman Arkham Asylum series made an amazing job. Like, you could really resonate with Bruce, and seeing the city being destroyed and wanting to fix things. Like, yeah, no, that was a good game. Spider-Man, like, he was suffering from pathological empathy, I would say. Like, the type of empathy that's self-destructive. I mean, he ended up being homeless, and he was still just using his time rather than, like, focusing on a job and making some money for himself in order to at least, you know, have the basic minimums before you can worry about other people. No, he was out there fighting crime and saving the day while not getting a single penny. And that's not the type of behavior I would like my kid to emulate. But maybe he's your type of superhero. Maybe you like him. Oh, and the story, there was some issue that I had with it. Like, the writers were obsessed about trying to shoehorn the word fascism in, but they really didn't know what it means. The story was focused around some bad guys destroying the city, and the mayor, in order to supplement the police force, hires a private police force, a private security force. And Spider-Man is like, oh, you fascist this, you fascist that. It's like, yeah, but like they're just a military contractor. Like, not everything that's military-like and military organized is fascist. That's what it means. Fascism means worshipping the state. That's pretty much what it means. So one good thing about it, like, there was this really interesting villain. She was a live streamer, and she was committing crimes, and basically, like, instead of getting money or wealth, she would commit crimes just to get gratitude from her live streamers, and I really like that. I thought that, yeah, no, that's like a really good modern villain that you can have. So, this new game, maybe I'll get it. I mean, it would definitely be entertaining if I have nothing else to do, but can't say I'm really hyped for it. I'm going to have to wait for some of the features that it has to see what it's got extra, and then maybe I'll consider it. Gran Autismo 7, I don't like card games, you know, if they're your type of thing, then maybe. Godfall, let's look a little bit at it. Meh, I guess. Looks kind of generic, but I guess it's made by Gearbox, so maybe it's going to be interesting. Now, Horizon, I haven't played the first one. I don't really remember why not. I think it was because the developers were virtue signaling to feminism or something, and I'm like, okay, well, that's not my type of game. If it's your type, by all means. But at the time, I just didn't have a lot of money to spend, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to play something from a feminist sucking company. But turns out the game was good. I might have been missing out, so I guess I'll watch the trailers and give this one a shot. Now, here's a good gem. Like, here is something that I absolutely love. If you think about it, this is like a really, really anti-capitalist leftist game. Like, the first games about it were actually a criticism towards corporatism, towards corporations, towards how they don't care about the lives they destroy. But overall, it was a really fun and exciting puzzle platformer, I guess. And they remade the first one and was really good. I think it was, no, this one is called Soulstorm. So it's like right after the continuation of the first one. And it looks great. It looks absolutely amazing. And for the first time, it seems that, let's see if I can get it a little bit. Yeah, these monsters can now shoot diagonally. Are you kidding me? And apparently, like, the slaves that you release can now fire with the Molotov cocktails. Man, I love this game. I love the whole universe of it. And I really got a spanking from my dad with a belt because I was skipping school in order to play this. Go bring dad this belt, actually, should be the motto of this game. But no, like, I was definitely excited playing this on a 486. It was really good. And I am really hyped up to play this. Resident Evil 8, The Village. So this is apparently a continuation of Resident Evil 7. You're going to still play as Ethan. It's going to be a first-person game. And it seems to be taking place somewhere in the woods. And the bad guys seem to be werewolves. That's kind of cool. Now, I don't know why. I really like the zombies in Resident Evil. But hey, then again, it is Resident Evil, so I don't care. It seems to, yeah, it seems to have like these werewolf things. And it's somewhere in the castle, like it's in the mountains and there's a castle. So it's very interesting. And also Chris Redfield is back, but he looks really ugly. Like they completely modified him. He's like this. I guess, like, you know, people had a problem that he was way too muscular and he was just really outlandish or something like that. But, like, Resident Evil shouldn't try to be a realistic game. Like, it shouldn't try to emulate realism. It's fine if you go over the top. Like, there should be games that it's fine to just go over the top and have, like, really incredibly Conan the Barbarian muscular type men and women with big tits. What's wrong with that? Okay. Here's a piece of art, a real jewel. Now, I've never played Demon Souls, but I did play Dark Souls and Bloodborne. Honestly, I would have loved Bloodborne too, but instead of that, we get Demon Souls. And as I understand, there's not going to be any more Dark Souls. Like, they completely ended that IP. So it was expected that they would release Bloodborne too, but apparently they released this. Now, as I understand it, they actually work on another game with George R.R. Martin. The fat ass, instead of working on his book, keeps doing all these side projects. Fine. I was more excited about that, Elden Ring, I think it's called. I was more excited about that than this. But now that I see this and I see the trailer, it looks so great that I want to play it. So this is the second game that I hyped. First game is Oddworld. Second game is Demon Souls. Third game is Resident Evil 8. Man, like, I haven't been hyped up about games for ages. Like, usually I'm looking at games and it's like, oh yeah, this is crap, this is crap. But now I'm like, yeah, I can't hardly wait to play. Okay, this is a cash grab. I don't care. So this one is designed exclusively for PlayStation 5. But it's also going to be on PC. And there's not much about it. It's just some woman walking, and it's like, okay. Don't really care. NBA, lame. Alright, Deathloop was actually interesting, if it's the one that I'm thinking of. The reason I like it is that it's supposed to be like Groundhog Day, and I really like Groundhog Day setting. So you die, and then you wake up, and everything repeats itself. So this one actually takes place on an island, apparently, and you're trying to escape a time loop. That's kind of interesting. Yeah. So I'll just keep an eye on it. This one seems to be an arcade shooter. It's a very different type of experience to Detonation of Resogun. Oh, shush. Oh yeah. So you're on a planet, and every time you die, apparently, you wake up again on the same planet, and it becomes more difficult. And death is part of the story. So this was the actual game I was excited about. Seems that there's two of them that use the same mechanic. So we'll see which one is better. I prefer this one, to be honest. It looks kind of cool. You are a survivor on a planet. Now this right here, oh la la, oh my god, I missed Hitman. I really hated the episodic one, but we're finally getting Hitman 3 now. Hitman Absolution, in my opinion, was one of the best. Kind of sad that they went with the episodic bullshit. And it seems that if this is Agent 47, can't really tell, but it looks like this would be him. He's grown old. He's a little bit older now, so that's kind of interesting. And I guess like this is his handler. Forgot her name. Yeah, so that's another game that I'm excited about. This one is also really interesting. It looks like a kid's game, to be honest. But it looks so polished. It looks so good. It's not really my type of game. I would probably not play it. But if I was a kid, if I was a teenager, I would have loved this game. So that's something that I'll probably get my girlfriend to play it. Oh yeah, and this is like a game on LSD. You got like this thing, like it's some sort of astronaut, and he finds a little girl, and there's a cat. And then it's find out that the cat isn't real, it's just a hologram. And they do some bullshit, and then a storm happens, and they're all taken into the air and land on the moon. I think Kojima would probably look at this and feel how we feel when he releases one of his games. Oh yeah, and the girl doesn't even have, like, a spacesuit, and she's on the... What the... Okay, Destiny 2. Cancer, Utter Cancer. Gothic. Yeah, Gothic remake. You know what I want them to actually, instead of remaking and blah blah blah, just make a normal combat system. Like, this is the problem with the Gothic series. The combat system is cancer. Like, when the Gothic came out, and there weren't other games to compare. Yeah, okay. But now it's been years, and I'm trying to play the games that Piranha Bytes keeps making, and I just can't because the combat system is broken. It's horrible. Fix that. More cancer, utter cancer, a little bit of cancer. Lord of the Rings Gollum, like they really hyped this up, so hopefully it's going to be good. This is cancer. More cancer. Yeah, Battlefield 6, I understand like it's not with World War I or World War II, like they're focusing on current events. Okay. Oh, this is good. This is really good. Dying Light 2. Oh yes, I'm hardly able to contain myself. Dying Light 1 was a really good game. It was like a parkour with zombies, and during the day you had normal zombies, and during the night you had like some really nasty zombies coming out. So the idea was like you scavenge during the day, and during the night you go to a safe spot. The only problem that I had with this game was that Molotov cocktails were so good and so easy to make. And you could take down an entire horde of zombies just by throwing one cocktail, because once one would catch fire and it would touch the other zombies, they would all catch fire. So that was like my main beef with the game. It was so simple once you realized, oh, I could just make Molotov cocktail and just BTFO through it. This one I'm really skeptical of. Like, so skeptical. If you like, alright, so the board game Vampire the Masquerade is infested with social justice to the point, and I'm not even making it up, okay? Like, I can just stomach some of it, but this is just too much even for me. You have to sign a consent form before playing a game. Like, just, and on the consent form, it's like, are you okay with violence? And it's like, okay, so if I'm not okay with violence, how can you play a game like Vampire the Masquerade? And then it says in the rules that if you're a fascist, you can't play the game. And if you don't know, like if you disagree with what a fascist is, then you're probably a fascist. Like that's how social justice in the game is. And you have like Muslim vampires and all of this other nonsense, like the Muslim vampires feel oppressed by the vampire hunter. It's just so I hope they don't have that in the game, but they probably do. Yeah, and these are like games, I guess, like that are on PS4 right now, and you're going to be able to also play them on PS5. I want to see this Ghost of Tsukushima bullshit. Looks kind of cool. Golf simulator. Oh my god, like what is with Skyrim? How many years has it been since it's released and they keep stuffing it everywhere? I definitely think like you're going to see Skyrim for the fridge. Oh, la 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 la, God of War 2. Okay. Wouldn't it be like though God of War 5? It's only been able. That's kind of interesting. So, yeah, should be God of War 5. Wait. Much like Horizon Zero Dawn 2, God of War 2 hasn't officially been confirmed to be in the works. It's only been a year. So we're already looking at the future. Despite Sony renaming tight-lipped on the subject, the success of God of War may be a sequel. Oh, so this isn't confirmed. Okay. But why does it say Horizon Zero Dawn 2 isn't confirmed when you get a trailer for it here? I guess they made the article like the first chronologically it's bottom to top. It's not top to bottom. Alright, fine. So again, to recap, I'm really hyped up about Abe, Oddworld, Soulstorm, Resident Evil 8, The Village, Demon Souls. What was it? There were a couple of more. Hitman 3. Ghost of Tsukushima. I know it's not Tsukushima. I know. I'm just joking. Okay. And maybe Gothic. Maybe Gothic to see how it's like. If they remade the combat system, it's going to be something that I'm really hyped. And Dying Light 2. Okay. That's pretty much it. Let me know what you think though, and I'll see you guys in the comment section.